Good evening, friends, and welcome to the world of the International Fabtalks. Thank you for being a part of our journey. And as always, we have wonderful people joining us on this platform to share their experience, to inspire you, and to show us the right path. Several of us would like to hear them speak because they have a lot of wisdom, experience, and they have a lot of love for humanity. Today, we are being joined by a wonderful person who has a fabulous professional background. And he's here with us to share all the expertise that he has learned. He's a wonderful author, a coach, and a facilitator. And above all, a wonderful human being, warm, down to earth, and very practical. Join us, friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest is Mr. Amlesh Ranjan. He's joining us all the way from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session.
Hi, hello. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Happy being here. It's a wonderful platform, and I've heard so much about it. And a lot of my friends and fellow colleagues also who have been part of this, and they have always spoken high of you. And it's always wonderful, to come on a platform and share your thoughts to people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for being so kind enough to take out some time for us. In spite of having a busy schedule, you've taken out some time for us. We are honored. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, I go ahead and share your profile in a brief way and we begin the session.
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. So friends, let's get to know about sir as to what sir has been doing all these years. What is his professional experience? How many decades he has given to the professional space? And today he's here to share all of that. So I go ahead and share sir's profile, friends. As I earlier mentioned, he is Mr. Amlesh Ranjan, joining us all the way from Mumbai, Maharashtra, which is located in India. If you're a person, not an Indian, and if you're from some other country, Mumbai is a beautiful place in India, a beautiful city. Sir has been focusing very well to bring transformation in the lives of people. And he really loves to connect with different people across the globe, especially focusing on holistic transformation. And we've also mentioned that he's a leadership coach, focuses on EQ as well, and he's an organizational development facilitator, a wonderful author as well. Now I go deeper and share much more about his profile. He is a senior leadership professional with extensive transversal experience and a career spanning over 34 plus years. Amlesh Sir has been in corporate headquarter-based leadership roles for the past 17 plus years. Amlesh Sir is accredited as Professional Certified Coach, PCC, from ICF, that is International Coaching Federation. Sir has also a global certification as an emotional quotient assessor from MHS US and as well organizational development certification from TIS. Required change that is necessary in an organization to develop it to the right level and to take it to heights. Now, as a coach and as a mentor and as a wonderful human being, Sir believes in the inherent potential and as well as the answers within. So this is something very nice. Answers within. It is within us to understand the concept of why we are in this world, what is our role in this world, and how we have to contribute. It's not only be a taker, it's a great thing to be a giver back to the society once you've reached your space, that you have already understood why this life is and what is the meaning of life. You begin to become a mentor, a guide, and, of course, be the best person who could share everything to the world as an open book. And not when I say book, Sir is also a wonderful author. He has written this wonderful book, very inspiring to, if you read it, you're going to be inspired very well because it contains a lot of value, how to succeed in life, focusing on value, happiness, etc. It's called as the Penta Life. So he's a wonderful, successful author as well. And Sir is also a great keynote speaker. He's been invited to several platforms and he has delivered a number of keynote talks and has written several articles, which are very famous and respected across all platforms. And today, Sir is here with us. Let's get to know his journey. I'm excited to meet this person in he's right in front of us. He has been an inspiration to me. Right from day one, there was something special about this person, to speak directly from my heart. There's something special. When you meet certain people, there's something that is within them that you want to connect. You want to know who they are and how they carry out their journey, such that you could learn something from them.
And your introduction also. I mean, thank you so much, I would
Thank
say.
you.
And say, in one word, I would say what I have tried doing all through my life and career has been contribution, is one word which is there. I operate from that sense of contribution. And also another word, connect. So if I get a connect, that really makes me very happy. And if you say that you could get that connect right from the beginning when you started interacting with me, that really, really is very heartwarming to me. Thank you so much. I'm happy, truly happy being here and sharing my thoughts with everyone.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you very much for being so kind and obliging. Thank you very much. We begin this session to get to know more about your professional journey, sir. I have read something very important which you have already written. You know, your article is very famous and it's very, what you say, mysterious also at one point of time when I was reading it. Your journey from Palajo to Dusseldorf. It began off with you being a frontline medical representative connected with selling. Then you passed on to that beautiful journey into the corporate space as the headquarter, if I can put that right, headquarter-based leadership roles. You've been in that space for at least 17 plus years, and now you are connected as a thought leader. How did this beautiful journey from one space to another and another to higher level, if I could put that right, how did you slowly evolve from an MR, a medical representative connected with sales and all of that, to a thought leader? So how did this shift occur? If you could take this question and go ahead and share your thoughts and views.
Yeah. So to start with, I would say the God has been kind with me and very
Wonderful. That's
blissful
really
also.
nice.
Uh, and I will start with Dusseldorf actually. You talked about the title Palajori to Dusseldorf. So Dusseldorf, as you know, most of people will know that it's one of the major cities of Germany. And it so happened that, one day suddenly I received an invitation over LinkedIn, that and you see, it's I was always sharing something or interacting with people on LinkedIn for a very long time, and social media has been like a uh, university for me always. So I received this invitation that why don't you come and deliver a talk on commercial excellence. I was into commercial excellence, and I was one of those very few professionals in the country at that in the industry at that point in time. And I was first of all surprised, quite flattered, and then I accepted that invite. I was not knowing, I was not sure really. It was a big challenge for me. I have never spoken in India even before that, no industry forum. And straight away going to a global forum. See, I'm starting off with a challenge straight away. But I accepted that challenge. I prepared, went all the way and delivered my talk. And I really could get a lot of good feedback, and I felt happy that yes, I have done justice to this global forum, and everybody was appreciative. I got really high ratings out there. After all that was over, I was sitting by the side of River Rhine and having, a coffee, a warm coffee on a cold, windy evening. And then my mind went back to Palajori. So what is Palajori? Palajori is a small market or a bigger than the village, you can say, uh, somewhere in the tribal belt of Eastern India. And I, as a salesperson, I was supposed to visit that every month, once a month. And there it was what? That if one bus goes there and the same bus returns back from there. So if you miss that bus, then it is very difficult for you to go back to your headquarters, your the place where you are actually kept by your organization. So then I used to invariably miss that bus, and then I'll be sitting having tea by the side of the small kiosk in that village, waiting for someone to help me go to the nearest highway. And the sitting by the side of River Rhine on Dusseldorf, these thoughts came to my mind. And this again was a challenge. You see, I could have easily missed few of my calls and taken the bus. But I took it differently. I wanted to complete my work there. And then it is one of those, customers, doctors who will actually help me go there. That helped me build relationship. So, it's like and more often than not, they are the ones who will join me having tea also together and so on and so forth. So that's a very challenging way I have started my career. If you look at the whole frontline sales itself, you're out there moving around one town to another, rains, sun, nothing matters. The temperature doesn't matter. So you are out there working. So a lot of challenges are there, but a lot of learnings are also there when you are out there. You are meeting new people and so on and so forth. I am talking about 3.5 decades, more than 3.5 decades back when I joined, when such professions were not very popular professions. They were not safe professions also. Yet I took that chance, I took that challenge, stepped out. Luckily, I became part of a really big organization, one of the biggest multinational organizations in pharma space. And that was one big break, I would say. Even though I was not knowing exactly how it is going to be, there was no precedence in my small town of somebody going into this kind of a profession. Yet I moved into that and I have never looked back. I have really never looked back. A lot of things I needed to learn, a lot of things I needed to change in myself. But this one challenge right in the beginning when I took, I just that prepared me for, first of all, accepting challenges and overcoming them. Every time there is a challenge, there are opportunities hidden in that. If you look closely, you will find opportunities. You see, remember, somebody says that every ditch, if you reverse it, it becomes a peak. So it's up to you how you look at the challenges. Challenges comes, just take a breath, have a smile on your face, and see what is hidden behind that challenge, and go for that. And if you keep taking challenges, I have always believed that, and that is what keeps you making better. It's not about, I'm not talking about positions, that you from some level to another level to another. You actually keep on becoming a better person, a more well-rounded person, a more complete person. And growth happens, promotions happens, as also happens kind of, but you overall become a better person. So that's how, as I said, God has been kind. I have had such a beautiful journey right from that small town to city of Mumbai, and luckily, of course, I have seen many parts of the world as well, part of the job, part of as a thought leader. Yes, it's lovely. Palajori to Dusseldorf has been an amazing journey.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing all those beautiful experiences of how you've transformed, you've taken up all the risks, how you've gone ahead, surged ahead, and you said that God has been very kind to you, and this shows that you have a lot of positivity within you to accept what the Lord has for you and to go with the flow in life. And of course, take up the risks, face all the risks. That's really nice. Now, so you've operated in various multiple domains. Now, it could be sales, then it could also be marketing. It could be the excellent work that you've done in no matter what field you put your foot into. And you are also connected with key account management as well, digital space, innovation, etc. You've entered into all these beautiful fields. You've taken up different kinds of functions and responsibilities. Now, how was it easy for you to do all of this? Or, did you face a little challenge? But yes, you faced the challenge and you went and you've taken up your journey in that beautiful space. As I said, it is sales, marketing, key accounting management, the digital space, or innovation. How did you manage to balance and carry over all these beautiful functions?
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks. This question takes me to the journey where it started with the first challenge itself, where coming into this profession itself, and every time after that, you know, I had this knack of accepting something new. So when I got promoted for the first time as a manager, then there was a set headquarter. After that, every single headquarter I have asked, which was different, which was away, which was in some way difficult, which was in some way different. And this was, I was asking, and I mean, my bosses have been kind enough to give to me also. There was a new headquarter getting created. I said, I am willing to take the double the geography that I was covering that time. So you can close my existing headquarter and give me that headquarter and give me a combined responsibility. Position didn't change, but you see, the responsibility changed, the size of the team changed, the business size changed. Once again, I did very well there. Actually, we became one of the top teams in the country in that headquarter. Then once again, a new business was getting launched, which meant if I accept that getting into that business, I need to move away from another city. Once again, I put my neck up. I want to go to that city. And I really literally fought and got into that city. In that city, once again, I did exceedingly well. And by that time, and again, another thing I would like to say here, I have always got good colleagues, senior colleagues or peers or really good professional friends, excellent bosses I got all through my journey. I mean, that's, and of course, I was working for a great organization, any which ways. So, and even when I became team leader, I kept on getting good team members. So that's what I say, God has been kind, and I was really getting lucky all the time. So even in the fourth headquarter rather, when I was telling you, and I'm moving away from my place, I'm continuously going one direction. If I take map of India, I was kind of traveling like this, never going back on that track, always going forward in some direction. And there I did couple of courses. You see, when I started from my small town, I just started with a graduation degree, and that's all. But after that, when I reached this fourth headquarter, I did two post graduations, and after which I did well, and I requested head office that I want to come to head office. And they said, no, we have a role, we are getting promoted, you will go to this another place. So, you will get a bigger geography team and all. No, but I said, I want to get into head office. And I literally requested, showed them my new certificates, showed them my learning agility, and eventually I was placed in the new the head office, the corporate head office, in an entirely new role. See, I came to head office. Once again, that role was created for the first time in the industry, not only in the company. Which meant what? It meant taking enormous risks. Every time I was making those choices, enormous risk of failure. Things could have gone completely wrong. But trust me, since my learning instincts, and learning is incidentally my number one strength, my learning instincts were always up. I felt I will know. I always believed I will learn. And that's how, my connection with internet and LinkedIn and all that started very early in my professional life, because I was learning quite a lot from there. There not everything available within the industry also that time, in the roles that I was getting. And within also head office, every time you mention about 4, 5, 6 roles. So in 17 years that I was in head office, there are 5 distinct functions. Hardly people will do that. Somebody said that, look, you could have grown much more had you followed this one track after eating the hedge office. I said that was not the idea. Is there the idea? Is promotion and reaching a higher position the only goal that is there? I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to know everything. There was a risk involved, but I came out stronger, and it did help me in many, many ways moving forward. As I said, I became a far more complete person, far more well-rounded person. And yes, it's not that there were not failures. There were failures in between also. But once again, be it taking risk, be it accepting challenges, be it the failure, you only take a deep breath, have a smile, look at what is behind that. There is something or the other will be there, or someone or the other will be there, which will take you across. With that faith, you keep moving, and then you don't have to look back really.
Excellent, sir. As you said, you've emerged stronger. You've learned a lot. You've taken all the risks, the required risks, and you have never turned behind. You've always moved forward. That's really nice. That's wonderful. And this is what we want all the youngsters, the youth of India and the world to take a step forward in their life. Don't ever look back. It's always look what is in front of you, and you will really emerge victorious. You could also land up in the same space where Ranjan sir is today. Sir, we've also read your article, the other article which you've written, an interesting one, that is Dusseldorf Real to Ahmedabad Virtual.
The people said, somebody approached me saying that, you see, you go all the way to speak to a forum in Germany, a global forum in Germany. You should be speaking here also in India. Why you're not speaking? I said, fine, why not? You tell me what topic you want and when is the conference. So the next conference which happened, and again I will take the name of one forum called Medicine Man, which is run by one Mr. Anup Sons. I am quite grateful to them to creating a wonderful platform here in India. And he's the one who approached me, and I accepted that. Then once again I delivered a talk, very well received, and then I was analyzing that why, who is the biggest beneficiary of when I am preparing and delivering the talk. Then I realized that it's the I who is learning the maximum. And then at that point in time, I remember something like Joseph Jobbert's quotation. He said that to teach is to learn twice. To me, to teach is to learn thrice. Whether you are speaking on a forum, whether you are teaching, you have to learn yourself first, right? So every time I was preparing to deliver a talk, I was updating myself on not only the current, but also what is happening, what is getting predicted in the future. I was reading, compiling, then turning it into a short 30-minute story, this much of information, research, compressing them in the process. By the time I was standing on the podium on the stage, I was a far more enriched person myself. So that is what my then mantra, one mantra which struck me in my mind: learn, share, learn. And that has remained now. You learn, share, you learn more. Learn, share, learn, share, learn, share, learn. And that's how the momentum of learning that has been there with me. So, it's one part of the story. The second part of the story that also occurred to me, this is what I am giving back. You get so much from society, you get so much from industry, you get so much from your nation, from everyone. You should also be consciously giving back. This was my way of giving back. I was compiling knowledge, turning them into a presentable story and information, and sharing with people. And that sense of contribution getting fulfilled really made me happy. And of course, it never stayed restricted to industry forums. It moved way beyond, because I started writing quite a lot, and my writing went to way beyond just the industry. I was always writing on mental health, well-being. I was writing on various other aspects, professional development, personal growth, emotional well-being. So, I was going all over. So, which means it only gave me more and more opportunities to contribute back, give it back, contribute and give back.
Excellent, sir. Learn, share, learn. That's
Yeah.
really excellent.
Yeah.
And as you said, like you put all the learnings that you've had, you've compiled it together, condensed it, and it has helped you a lot personally. So this shows your
Absolutely.
humility that, first I learn, then I share. And if I get to learn something more, I'm ready to learn. So you're open to learning, and what you've learned, you've already shared that with many of the people around you. And hence, I'm sure that's why you've been recognized in several platforms and on several other zones. It could be even LinkedIn. You're also a top voice in LinkedIn. If I could just put all of that right, I have some special information about you, sir. You are a LinkedIn top voice.
Uh, the when it comes to how I feel, let me tell you, when they gave me that communication, that mail reached me, it filled me with a sense of responsibility, first of all. Trust me. That yes, I have been contributing, I have been speaking, I have been writing quite a lot. But suddenly I felt that now I need to be a little more responsible in what I write, what I share. So that's the first thing that came to my mind at that point in time. And of course, then gratitude. Then the gratitude. And as I said, learning and contribution, these are two essential parts which have always been there. So the gratitude and sense of responsibility is what came to me, that it's almost like 11 years or 12 years of continuously contributing. But let me tell you how it really happened. When I kept on getting into new roles, and I found that for to learn I need to go to the web, and to learn I need to go to the social media. And LinkedIn to me is way beyond social media platform. LinkedIn to me is like a university. I have learned so much from it. Once I started learning, then I started sharing back. And then this learning sharing, same learn, share, learn kept on happening. And then, of course, people sitting in the LinkedIn, they could see that, okay, this person out there, possibly he has contributed quite a lot, and we can call him a, overall top voice, not just domain top voice, but overall top voice. It's a really, really very humbling feeling. And I would say, actually, I remember I made a presentation in Bangalore maybe 7 8 years back, and that was on learning and development. There, actually, I showed on 2 3 slides my whole journey, how that you learn. So much is there online for you to learn. So many free courses are there. You can learn from Harvard, Yale, and Wharton, and where Cambridge. If you don't want a certificate, you can learn, keep on learning free of cost. There's so much out there. And this I'm saying in addition to what happens on the LinkedIn. So you interact with people, you follow those people who really, really are, who believe in sharing their thoughts and knowledge and their wisdom and experiences. Humongous knowledge, humongous understanding. And that is that, if you keep on doing that, one day you will start contributing back also, which will further add to your learning. So so you will get into that cycle, and that's how it happens. And that's how I looked at being the LinkedIn top voice, with a lot of very humbling feeling, very humbling feeling.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that journey. That's really very nice. And you've been really contributing so much that you've been recognized at that level. That's really nice. And you even encourage others also to join this path. And as you said, a lot of free learning happens on the digital space. It could be LinkedIn or any other social media handle. You focus more on LinkedIn. Of course, if you don't want a certificate, you can get a lot of learning. Even there are free certificate courses as well. If you search very well, you will really get all of that. So I think the present generation is more gifted and lucky compared to the previous generations who
Yeah,
didn't have access to what they have
yeah,
now.
all that. No, yes.
Nevertheless, we have a chance at least to coordinate and connect and to
Yeah,
get a lot out from this
yeah.
the digital
Thank you.
space. And
Thank you.
nevertheless, you should also be careful, my dear friends, when you connect online. There could be a lot of scams that go on.
Yeah.
Where you leave your digital footprints, be very careful, stay safe, and of course, as you're staying safe, don't forget to learn. Take the right kind of risk, like just Amlesh Rajan sir has taken till date, and he's being a great contributor to one and all. Now, sir, we'd like to know how your transition from the corporate leadership to a leadership coach. How did this transition take place? And it's a beautiful one because now you are getting in touch with the youth, the people who really need you. Uh, you know, and there's much more to share as a leadership coach. I feel so. So I would like to know how did this transition happen and what do you have to say about it, sir?
Yeah. So, as long as I remember, as a manager, I mean, when I started off, obviously, in the first couple of years, I would accept that I was not a good manager to start with. let me tell you. I also learned over a period of time only. But then after 2 years or so, I can say that I got into a mode where I can call myself as a good manager. And uh, I always believed that the biggest contribution that you can make to any organization or to any nation or to any society or to anywhere, the biggest contribution that you can make is by developing people. Wherever you are, help develop people. And that's what coaching is to start with, all about. So I always remember that being a coach manager rather than just a manager. I was always letting my team members do things stepping back, letting them do things stepping back. And I used to tell them, you won't believe, when I reached my, the third headquarter, I told them that, I will make myself redundant. In 3 years' time, we became one of the top teams in the country. And I told them I am leaving the team and taking up a new assignment. And I also told them, if you continue the way you are going, you really don't need a manager. It is such a wonderful team, such a well managed team, and they really continued unabated for years to come after that. That was some kind of a dream, team that I got at that point in time. As I said, I'm really extremely lucky in that way. So again, when I moved, kept on moving higher, that mode of people development as a coach, when coaching was in professional arena, might not have been a very fashionable thing. Today everybody talks about coaching, but I'm talking about good 2 decades back also. All those principles I was putting into play. And even today, if you talk to my people, they will tell you how I work to make them independent, being on their own, taking decisions, doing things on their own. And so that's why when I reached head office also, that orientation remained. And as I said, once again, I got such managers who were also coaching me continuously. There were some who were outside the organization also, other industry, other professionals, they were also helping me. So it was happening both ways. And so when I reached head office, I was in touch with HR more often than not. So, there was this that it was always felt that if you have to find, Amlesh Ranjan will get trained as a trainer quite often. So I will really put myself forward for any training program. For my own team, obviously I'll always step forward and say, please do a training program for my team. For team members also, whatever that I can do, I will do. If I have to become a trainer, I will become a trainer, and so on and so forth. So this whole orientation of being a human capital champion, you can call, this was always there. So when I was towards the, I still have number of years to go before I stepped out from my corporate life. At that point in time only, I thought that coaching is something where I can really make a difference. One individual at a time, one team at a time, one organization at a time. And that's how I got into this domain. And once I got into this domain, then organization development was another, which is adjacent space, which is there where leadership development, organizational development happens. Once again, I enrolled and kept on doing training. It's not, I just didn't jump into it. I have 200 hours of training in coaching. I have more than 100 hours of training in organizational development. I am going for a training again. I have done a training recently, 3 weeks back, in facilitation. I'm going for a facilitation training after maybe 5, 6 months. I have done n number of courses. Actually, to tell you, share with you my learning instincts and learner attitude, I was declared global one of the biggest learners in the world. When the pandemic was going on, we had this online learning available to us. I was one of the three top learners in the world. And I actually sat on a globally webcasted panel discussion along with my global CHRO, along with my global learning head, along with my global industrial head. So, It's like this orientation towards learning and development, towards human capital, towards organization development, towards learning, leadership development, towards coaching, it was always inherent in me. So it was a very logical thing to move in that, and bring in my strengths into play and really make a difference. And it also makes me industry agnostic. So it's not only pharma and biopharma. I am now coaching and delivering workshops to n number of industries across geographies, across domains, across continents. So that's how the journey has been in this regard.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. What I like is you focusing on human capital, wanting to enhance the employability skills of an individual. It could be any domain, you're ready to coach them and bring out the very best in them. I really like that. And congratulations on being a world record holder. Like you, as you said, one of the top 3 learners in the world. That's
Yeah,
really very
yeah.
nice. And I would encourage the youth also to follow Sir's path. You should also be learners. More of a learner, then you become more of a contributor as well. Like learn, share, and learn. So learning is a continuous journey till the last breath, till our last breath. I can put that right. Fair enough. If I missed that out, if you could just
Group coaching also happens. So people from need not be from the same function domain or even in the organization, they come together. Even that group coaching also happens. The next level is, when I talk organization, it is much bigger than that. You're talking about an impact which is going to be across the entire organization, which means taking up something like, one example can be change management, bringing about a change management culture, bringing about even a coaching culture, can be organization wide development intervention, right? You talk about systems thinking today, systems thinking or design thinking. So I have had the opportunity to deliver workshops for mid senior and senior level leaders from a very large banking organization, thanks to the opportunity coming across through one of my organizations from which I did the certification actually, and I've delivered in different cities. I have gone and delivered to a room full of, say, maybe at a time 45, 50 people, and then 2 day long workshop that has been delivered. So this is one example. Design thinking is another. Decision making can be one once again. So again, a group of leaders or transitioning leaders. So succession planning is another. You can say OD intervention. So there are various facets of organizational development interventions, which is based on what the organization wants to do moving forward by a strategy, and that intervention is then designed, and then though again that's a discussion that happens. Then you look at what is the need, what is the purpose, what is the objective, and then you bring across your thoughts, and then eventually what the organization really needs and wants, what they want to have the desired outcome out of that intervention. Then you develop a either one. Even there has been instances where one room full of 500 people, one intervention is there. Visioning, just to set the vision and mission of the organization, all the leaders have been put into one room for 2 3 days or so and so forth, and then you facilitate the whole process. And typically what I operate as, I am more of a facilitator, which means I make them, I it's like, you remember my one of the things that I mentioned, the inherent potential and the answers within.
yes.
So be it individual, be it the organization, be it the team, there are always answers within. How best, through your intervention, through your impact to powerful questions, you get that out. So you may have on the board just one question written, and the whole day everyone will be working in that direction only and get the right answer towards the end of the day. That's the kind of OD intervention that I'm talking about.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you for putting that so well with lots of clarity. You shared that. Thank you very much. Now, sir, you are an author as well. And one of the best selling books is The Penta Life. And as we are all connected with emotional well being and with mental health as of date, all of us should really prioritize that. And we understand that the Penta Life, penned by you, focuses on well being, focuses on happiness, focuses on success. So, if you could share the essence of this book and give us a clear picture as to how one could develop very well when one reads this book or goes through this book, because I have found this book to be very inspirational. There are many people who have spoken positively about this wonderful book. If you could share the values and the real essence of this book, it would be really nice on this platform.
I'll be very happy to talk about the book. This is my first book, and all along, for a very, very long time, I wanted to be a full-fledged, author. And the genesis of this book goes back more than 4 decades, over 4 decades. When I was somewhere in my mid-teens, early teens, you can say, where a chance encounter with a Buddhist monk uh, triggered some questions on life, and that life as a subject remained with me all through. And all through, I kept on reading. All through, I kept on reading on this subject. There was certain spiritual aspect to this whole thing, and somehow my orientation was in that direction, right? So I kept on reading on this subject, apart from technical subjects of my sales, marketing, and commercial excellence, digital, and so on and so forth. So this digital and a spiritual kind of went parallelly with me, and that's where the culmination of this book came. And I have also been, apart from human capital, I have also been a well-being champion. If you go back, say maybe even 4, 5, 6 years back, if you look at my writings, you will find a lot of writings on the mental health, lot of writings on the emotional well-being, self-care, self-love, and so on and so forth. So this book, there were certain thoughts which were there on mental health. And once again, there was one globally webcasted talk which was recorded by one of our colleagues from England, and which was webcasted across within the organization. And he said that after I became the top learner and I was on the panel discussion, there only I mentioned about the why well-being is important. And he said that he connected with me. He said, "Why don't you let's have a talk on well-being, and we will record it and we'll share with everyone." Then I started putting my thoughts together, that how in 55 40 minutes, 45 50 minutes, what I can talk, how I bring it together. And that's where this the thoughts of 5 dimensions of life, which crystallize very beautifully. And then I started doing research, looked at, and first thing I looked at was how we have evolved as human beings, or as a planet, or as an animal kingdom, and the nature, and so on and so forth. What I found is very clearly that we started as one unicellular structure, each one of us, all plants, animals, you, me, everyone, from that unicellular structure at the bottom of the sea. This is the most plausible scientific explanation. I'm not negating anything that has been told in scriptures, religions. I have all utmost respect for civilizations and scriptures, but this is what science says at the bottom of the sea once, and that's what kept on evolving into the sea plants, the sea animals. And first plants invaded the land, not the animals. This is also written in the scientific books and all. And that's how this whole earth, the planet, the way we see today, the nature and all of us, that's how we have evolved. So from individual, we first, there is one individual. That's what I am saying. This story started from there. Then we became tribes. Now I'm talking only of humans. So we became tribes, right? We were still fighting with each other. But then later on, say some people started being together. That became society. Then later on, when agriculture happened, we started settling down around one area. Earlier, what was happens? The fathers were all over the place, hunting around. Now mothers started taking care of the children, so they were particularly at one place. But then when agriculture happened, this whole unit started staying together. And that was the beginning of family, right? This is the third. Then as you move forward, somebody became more adept at metal, somebody became more adept at wood, somebody became more adept at doing something else, being agriculture. The different skills came, so the professional part developed, right? And the overarching, as you see, since we come from the same source, the plants, animals, everything comes. So even for that matter, the non-living things also. That Big Bang theory happened from where that molten lava turned into Mother Earth, right? Over a period of time. So even though living, non-living, everyone is connected atomically. And of course, nature, we are connected biologically, which means that we have a distinct environmental life. And that's the fifth life I have written, environmental life. And I would say somebody has very nicely said, you don't visit nature. You are nature. You are not some super special. You are equal to that plant. You are equal to that dog. You are equal to that butterfly. And that equality is there. That connect should be there. We are one family. We have one ancestor, that unicellular structure. So the environmental life is the fifth life. The fourth life is the professional life. Third life is the family life, the personal life. The second life is social life. And first life is self life. And I'll come to self life a little separately. But I'm trying to tell you here that social life happened before family life. That's why it is so important to stay connected with the society. Do something for the society. Of course, take care of your family, but please ensure that you take care of society. That's where, and that's why when you talk about happiness and well-being, we keep on searching this here, there, everywhere. You spend time in the community, it will give you happiness. If you spend time with your family, it will give you happiness. You spend time in nature, it will give you happiness. And you take care of yourself, it will give you happiness. Have you spent time with yourself? Have you had a coffee with yourself ever? Have you talked to yourself? And I'm maybe talking, who is this guy talking from his head, talk to yourself. I mean it. Go and sit quietly on the bench of a park and listen to yourself. Be with yourself. Self love is also needed, self care is also needed. So, the answer to well being is in self life, social life, personal life, and professional. Why professional life is important? We all need a sense of value. We all need a sense of contribution. We don't want to exist just like that. We want a recognition for that as well. We want to do something. And environmental life is the most embedded, which is the least, the environmental life and self life. These are the least that we are living actually. We are hardly spending on ourselves, time on ourselves, which is very important. Just, and this is what I'm sharing with you through evolution. You go to any scripture, you go to any civilization in any part of the world, you will have same things coming again and again at you. People may not agree to evolution in the scriptures. There is no evidence, right? You go to books of psychology. What does psychology say? If you have a mental health issue, well-being issue, spend time in the community, go to the society, step out of your home, go spend time in nature, do meditation, do prayers, do some work. Psychology is also saying the same thing again and again and again. So that's what I have captured in the book, The Penta Life, that there are 5 dimensions of life. And I am exhorting people, I'm inviting people to live 5 lives in this one life. It is possible. And that's where the key to happiness, well being, and success is. What is being successful? Material, bigger car, bigger apartment, lot of bank balance? I don't think so. That happiness lasts beyond. You see, you buy one big car and you see somebody else's bigger car and you're unhappy already. I mean, if it is parked next to your car only in the society, then it's everyday unhappiness. Where are we searching happiness? And that's what I have written in my book. And in the book, the Penta Life, the structure is in the form of what, why, and how. 3 subsections in all lives. So, what is self life? Why self life is needed, and how you can live self life. It is step by step I have written. How you can live environmental life, how you can live social life, even personal life I have written. That all these aspects are there, and that's why this book is like very dear to my heart. I felt that I really contributed back something of value, something that I have not read and seen earlier. Yeah.
So you're not only a great author, you're a wonderful speaker as well.
Thank you
Very
so.
interesting. When you were
Thank you.
sharing that, I was very keenly listening to you. You're a brilliant speaker, and
Thank you so
you
much.
mesmerize your audience.
Thank you so much.
And the way you speak, you really make us feel that we could visualize all of it what you're sharing. That's really very
Thank you
nice.
so much. Thank you
That's
so much.
great to have a speaker and author all in one. You're blessed and you're lucky. And
Thank you.
of course, your own hard work is in that.
Yeah,
Your own
thank you.
perseverance and consistency has made you somebody special, and you're a
Thank you.
blessing to the universe. That's
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're
thank
being very, very kind.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time. Now, sir, you also explained about the what, the why, and how of how we can take care of ourselves and the things around us, how we can overcome our mental health issues, how we can communicate and coordinate with the community, the society, you know, get along with nature, how to evolve as a complete human being. All of that you explained, and that is all present in the Penta Life. My dear friends, I would really love if you lay your hands on this wonderful book, read it. I'm going to do that myself as well, because this is something very interesting to get to know about yourself, your existence on this earth, and how you could bond with the right kind of people at the right time. Now, dear sir, apart from your professionalism, apart from being an author, you are also a wonderful Vedic yogic teacher and a Vipassana meditation practitioner as well. Now, how has this helped you with regard to leadership and life as well? And how did you enter into this beautiful space connected with meditation and all of that? That's quite surprising for me, and I would love to know about the mystery behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So thank you so much. As I said, my interest in life as a subject was always there. And if you talk about yoga normally we feel that it is, normal information, which is physical exercises, right? So yoga is, even in physical exercises, it's about breath and balance. So it's more about how manage your breath and how you manage your balance, right? And yoga is also about those. It's from Ved. There were 7. This uh, eightfold path of yoga, which is there by Patanjali, and this is dated. The recorded, which is dated, is more than 2005 years or 3000 years, you can say. I am talking about a time then things were still kind of evolving, and all across all civilizations across the world, they were bringing in this prayers, meditation, some way of doing, taking advantage of breath as the biggest energy giver, and so on and so forth. So when I was looking at life as a subject, and when I started doing, certification as a teacher, I could learn Ved and Vedant, which again is dated, some of the oldest Ved is 5,000 year old. 5,000. You imagine, we don't see the faiths and many other aspects of the world that we see today existing at that point in time. There's some other forms. There were different pockets of civilization which were evolving, and their knowledge was getting captured one way. And Ved is one example. There are many such wonderful examples from the ancient times which are there. Now, that formed the basis when my interest in well-being was there, in life was there. I could clearly see that this is one great way to really, really have a good, not just physical health, but mental and emotional health also. Because pranayam is a very big energy giver. That how breath related, or meditation, dhyan, prayers. This is a big, they emotional well-being, mental health, both can be taken care of there. And Vipassana meditation is something that when I came to know that you will be spending, around 11 days, twice I went, so 11 days inside the Buddhist pagoda, uh, and you will not be speaking a word for 11 days. And those 11 days, you will have one time proper meal. You will be, living your life like a, a hermit. You will be actually getting your food like this from somebody. And absolute silence is called noble silence. It's called Aryaman in Vedic language. So Aryaman is what? That you're not only not speaking, you're not gesturing, you're not smiling, you're not frowning, you're not showing like this, nothing. And I thought that this is something that I will love to get into, because it's a huge challenge. You don't know what is happening with family those 11 days. Your family doesn't know what is happening with you those 11 days. Of course, there is one facility that phone is there in emergency situation, which you cannot use. You don't have a laptop, cell phone, newspaper, television, nothing is there. You just morning till evening meditation, meditation, and more meditation. And people ask me that what happened. I said, this is the most rewarding experience of my life. The biggest advantage that happened, is what? I met myself in that silence. I met myself. There were other 35, 40 people. They were there in that space. I was just looking through them. I was not looking at them. I met myself. And in fact, actually, it is such an important program that in one of the, actually, I went twice. The second time when I went, the ex-president of India, the immediate ex-president of India, I won't take the name, she was there all through doing the 11 days program. Of course, we could meet her only after the end of the program, but she was also there. Is important. So twice I have done that. It's very rewarding. What I'm trying to say, Vipassana is one way. Ved yoga is another way. But there are many other ways. Many of the prayer forms are like yoga. So bring in those aspects. Walking is a meditation, can be a meditation if you put yourself into it. Eating, mindful breathing, and mindful being to start with. Today we talk about executive presence. Very big topic these days. No, everybody is trying to build their executive presence. This presence word is a very powerful. Just be present for your family, for your team, for everyone. Be in that moment. And that's where meditation, prayers, yoga, these are very, very valuable, and they help you achieve all this. And that's what leads to, true happiness, true well-being, and true success. And that's where, my being a yoga teacher and a Vipassana meditation practitioner comes. And in my book, all this has been reflected, all that knowledge that I acquired, I have tried putting that for the benefit of everyone.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Very nice. And I like the way you explained the 11-day journey of silence, of, trying to find the answers within. and not looking at people, looking through them, being present in the moment, learning that skill of being present for our family members when they require us, our friends, our community, our workspace, to be present in that, given moment, than to go into the past or the future. To live in the moment is the best thing that we all could do. And that helps us through meditation, we could acquire that. That's really nice. So that's wonderful. And it's amazing that you're, a Vipassana meditation practitioner and as well a Vedic yogic teacher as well. That's wonderful. You've already taken us on that beautiful journey. You made me visualize those 11 days of silence. You said, even though the phone was there and accessible, but you wouldn't be able to use it because you're completely into that space, connected with yourself, getting to know who you are, and learning the importance of this world. That's really nice. Thank you very much.
So
Now,
that
sir,
for that phone, just to clarify, was not in my room or dormitory where I was staying. That was there in the office. Any which way is not accessible to us at all. So we were just having one bed and bare minimum things around us. Nothing was available. Nothing.
great, great. Thank you for that clarification as well. Thank you. I mean, that would help others also who want to go into that space. So they know now it won't be with you. It will be at the office. If any emergency, you could just connect with the right kind of people to connect with your family members. That's wonderful, sir. You've taken us on a beautiful journey with regard to your meditation process and how there were other people too, other dignitaries as well. As you mentioned that, that's really very nice. Now, sir, as we come towards the end of the session, I wouldn't want to just let you go off like that, or, wouldn't want to just pause the session like that. I would love that you give us a wonderful message, a message for the youth, a message for the middle-aged and senior citizens, because all of us at one point of time, we really look for the answers, not within, but outside. Somebody else's experience or somebody else's advice or suggestion is always welcome. When we can't find the answers within ourselves, we start looking around us. And so I'd like them to look up at you for your suggestion and advice today on this platform before we come up, to the end session, before we sum up the session. If I could put that right.
Thanks a lot. Thanks once again for your very kind words. So, to the professionals, to start with, I would say just 5 things which are there. First of all, keep learning is a fundamental thing. Just keep learning. Be an absolutely incorrigible, impossible learner all the time. Be it through books, be it through situations, be it through experiences, be it from someone else, keep learning. Always take responsibility. It's always, beyond your whatever has been assigned to you. Of course, take full charge of that, but beyond that, take responsibility. Have a sense of contribution that whatever role that you are getting into, we are here for a much larger purpose. We are not just here to grow from manager to senior manager to head to director and so on and so forth. Have a sense of contribution in wherever you are, and you can do that. Accept and overcome challenges. Challenges will keep on coming. This is part of our life. Be it personal life, be it professional life, be it social life, any part of life, challenges will keep on coming. First, accept. And then see what is beyond those challenges. More often than not, you will find something really good beyond. Or you overcome those challenges, you will be stronger and better. Definitely. But accept challenges and that's the best way to overcome the challenges. And one thing which my team, even if you talk to my team who was with me, say good 22 years back, stick to ethics and stay with basics. Stick to ethics. Always remember to do what is right. And second, do what is the fundamental thing. I have a particular 1, 2, 3, 4 job. First, I will do that. There is no circumventing that. And then, of course, I'll become creative and innovative over and above that. But that bare minimum need to be done. That no, I don't need a manager to do that. So that's what I'm saying. Stick to ethics and stay with basics. And I used to tell my team members, when you get lost any time in your career, remember these two. Stick to ethics and stay with basics. So, these are the five things that I always tell, I will like to tell to as a professional advice. When it comes to personal, I mean, it's again a lot of things I have written in my book, but I also invite people to, my blogs on Medium, my blog. I also write on LinkedIn. I have a newsletter. Live, Learn, Lead is the name of the newsletter. So I invite them. There are enough and more that you can learn around you, and it's like you have to take the onus upon yourself. My happiness is my responsibility, and it starts with me. My well-being is my responsibility. It starts with me. If I am not able to find time to do some physical walking or exercise, if I'm not spending time with myself, you see, we have three homes. We don't have one home. One home that we know is where we live, right? But our body is our first home, and Mother Earth is the second home. So my personal message to people are: take care of yourself and take care of your environment. Take care of your society. Take care of people around you. Be kind. Have courage. Have that connect. Feel the connect and operate from that sense of connection and contribution. That's the personal message I will give you.
Excellent, excellent personal message. So that's really very, very nice. As you said, focus on learning. It could be books, it could be experiences, it could be situations. You've also focused on, being a great contributor and taking care of yourself. Give importance to yourself. And this is our home. Our body is our home, and Mother Nature as well. And of course, our family. And as you've also focused on ethics and basics, you focused on that, how to be connected with being an ethical person. At the right time you should do the right kind of things, and if you get lost on the professional front, connect with basics, and then definitely you will empower yourself once again. Learn, share, and learn is a beautiful message. And this is also one thing, sir: teach and you learn twice. If you could just share that, and if you could elaborate that before we end, I'd be happy.
Yeah, you teach, you learn twice. That's the simple message, because to teach you have to learn, and when you teach, you are learning yourself. You see, when we speak, we feel that only others are listening to. You are listening to yourself all the time. Every time you are speaking, you are listening to yourself. We don't realize that, which means when you are preparing to teach, you learn. When you actually teach, you learn again. And that's what I am saying. To teach is to learn, and learn twice. And it is actually, there is a research that retention of knowledge percentage by listening, by reading, by doing, and by teaching. The learning retention by teaching is as high as 90%. So science also says, research also says, that teaching is the best way to learn. So yes, to teach is to learn twice.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Looking forward to many more interesting interactions with you. You've also taught us the sense of contribution on the personal and the professional front. And as a human being, you have to contribute to saving your environment and saving yourself in the first place.
Absolutely.
And your happiness is your own responsibility. Your well-being is your responsibility. When you find happiness within, you can share it with others. You put up everything so nice and clear for us. And today I understand who is the real Mr. Amlesh Ranjan. And
Thank you,
thanks
sir.
to you for being here, sir. And thanks to
Thanks.
Srivatsan, sir, too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Once again, my gratitude to having me here on this wonderful platform. And I'm happy that I hope I have been able to, deliver all that value that you were expecting. And I'm happy contributing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You've done much more than what I really expected. You've taken us to a higher level, and I
Thank
really
you.
like it.
Thank you so much.
We all are at this intermediate level. We need to
Oh,
be, elevated
thank
to a
you.
higher level. And so you've
Thank
done
you
that
so
today
much.
for us. You've connected us to our higher selves. You've put it in the right
Thank you.
way, both on the personal and professional front and at our inner selves. You've connected all of that very well. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Stay
Thank
blessed and
you.
stay connected, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Take care. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank
sir. Thank you, sir.
thank
My
you.
dear friends, thank you, sir. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. I had a wonderful experience, a learning experience. And of course, I began to find myself with the reality around me, my people, the environment I live in, how meditation could have an impact on us, how emotional well-being is really important, how a coach could transform your life. Today, in just this small span of time, so was able to coach us in the very right way, was able to give us the best suggestion, or you could take it as an advice, a suggestion, or a message. So that's really nice. When you find people like this, they are for life. Imagine that you have somebody in your life like this. That would be really wonderful. And I would really like you to connect with Amlesh Ranjan, sir. He's a great person. You just connect with him, bond with him, you will get to know the reality. So, am I visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. We had a power cut just now at the end of the session, and I'm happy that it happened towards the end of the session. Thank you very much. And I'm thinking, I'm sure it's the divine intervention. Like the entire session is over, and now the power snap, and again we've got back the connection. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So you would
Yeah.
like to share something else? I end the recording, and then we can discuss. Just give me a moment.
Yeah.
I just put up this so that I can edit that part. Yes. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. Do us a favor, share this video with the right kind of people. You never know who would be inspired by all the sharing that has been shared today. And a lot of wisdom being shared, to put it in the right sense. A lot of wisdom, the experience that Sir had. He touched upon our personal, professional life, family life, and of course, how we should be great contributors in the right kind of way, and to take responsibility for our own happiness. Stay
Yeah.
safe and stay blessed, my dear friends. With this, we sign off from the International Fab Talks for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stay safe and keep smiling.
Right. Thank you so
Thank,
much. Thank
thank you, sir.
you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
everyone. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.